Hello and welcome everybody to another one of my online battles. Today I'm doing a 2v2 with the TheN1Strategist, aka Glenn. So me and Glenn are against Shogun and Sergio Taylor. And before this battle gets started, please do check in the description. There are links to two channels that the TheN1Strategist, aka Glenn, is involved with. So please do check them out, check out his videos, and yeah, do that to support a fellow YouTuber. So playing on the Shogun River map, if I've said that correctly, probably not. And yes, just gonna finish up loading up the replay, and then we're good to go pretty much. And speak of the devil. I said, speak of the devil. There we go. So here we are. These are my forces over here on the left, and over on the right we have Glenn's forces. And I'm just going to go into slow-mo so I can go over the units that we've both got. In the centre here I've got 4 units of bow samurai. Behind them 2 units of Yari Yashigaru, and behind them 5 units of Katana Samurai, and of course my avatar's bodyguard. Hooray! Over on the far left, hiding in the trees, I've got 2 units of Yari Cav and 2 units of Naginata Warrior Monk Cavalry. One of them is veteran, well they both are veteran, but one of them I didn't bother naming. The other one is called Monk Cavalry Strikers. So they're my cavalry on the left. Over on the right I've also deployed 3 units of bow cav to sort of try and thought I'd use these be not particularly expendable, but to lure the enemy out into skirmishing with them and then hit them with the rest of my troops. Glenn is far higher he's a far higher level than me. There we go. So I've been trying to say. And he's brought 2 units of Great Guard and Yari Cav, both vetted up nicely, or at least 1 chevron on each, but obviously people that have used Great Guard before know how effective they are if used well. He's also got, well, a mass of veteran units. I mean, here we've got an elite unit of Katana Samurai. We've got 5 units of Katana Samurai that I can see, and then we've got 4 units of Naginata Samurai, and he's also brought, I believe it's how many have we got? 2 or 3, 4 units of bow warrior monks. And then on his far right he's got 2 more units of Yari Cav, red dragons and the blue dragons. Very nicely named indeed. My opponent on the left has brought up several units. He's got 6 units of bow warrior monks, but it's mainly this unit that I'm interested in, his fire rockets. Behind them on his left he's got 2 units of Yari Cav, another unit at the back, and behind them he's got warrior nuns. Hello. They're all warrior nuns. Didn't actually realise that when I was playing. So there's 5 units of warrior nuns, 1 unit of a Katana hero unit, and a Naginata warrior monk hero. And then over on his on the right, got 2 units of 2 units of Cav, 1 Yari Cavalry, and 1 Katana Cav. So I've moved up into the centre position. I will focus on what I'm doing for now. This part we will miss little bits of what's going on with Glenn, but I will return. We'll miss the initial battle over here, but I will try and cycle over there. Oh, I've also got 1 unit of Matchlock Ashigaru, my Lionheart's rifles unit. So we're going to hit the play button now. There we go. Back in the game, so capturing these positions very quickly, and I moved up my bow cav to try and target his cavalry, which had moved up before his bow warrior monks got in position, but obviously they did and started taking shots at my cavalry. And he started also unleashing hell with his fire rockets. As you can all see, that looks nasty. I took out some of my Katana Samurai back here. I had to be careful because my general was nearly hit. Over on the left though, I've pushed up with my cavalry, my Naginata warrior monks, and my 2 units of Yari Cav, because he's pushed up with 2 units of Yari here. I've also managed to pull my Lionheart's rifles Matchlock Ashigaru unit into the forest, and they've fired off a couple of shots at the Yari Cav and managed to kill one. His fire rockets managed to get a devastating hit off and really whittle this unit down to half men. But I managed to hit him with the full force of 3 of my cavalry units that remain, which instantly knocks him down and starts breaking them. What makes them break more though is that I flank around with my Yari Slayers unit here, my Yari Cav, and charge into their flanks. And that's pretty much game over for their Yari Cav on the left. Their fire rockets obviously firing off some more shots, doing more damage, and I try and commit what's left of my my Yari cavalry here to hit them before I'm hit by this warrior nun unit. And in they come charging, brightly coloured. Anyway, we'll just take a look at what's happening with Glenn over here, because I didn't actually look at all. I was so busy on what was going on my side. He's been trying to take this centre hill here to take the building, and he's been pushing up with several of his men, but he's been pushed back. His Naginata samurai have been pushed back, but he's committed one of his elite katana samurai units against the Nodachi and the Yari Ashigaru, which he's obviously shredding, along with the support of his archers. He's also got his Great Guard out there doing loads of damage, and he's routed them here. That's their sort of advanced force, the enemy's advanced force on his right. So I didn't actually go over this, what the enemy's got over here, but they've got plenty of Bow Ashigaru and bow samurai supported by katana samurai and those Nodachi, as well as light cavalry. So that was his advanced force. He pushed forward the enemy there, and Glenn's been able to push them back very nicely. Back over here, those fire rockets you can see continuing to do massive damage to my bow samurai in front, and this here, that's going to hurt. I have decided to push forward with my matchlock Ashigaru as the Naginata warrior monks come in, and those are fire arrows going in against them as well. But I've got these guys, my matchlocks lined up, ready to fire off, as well as my archers. So I'm slowly trying to whittle them down, but you can see these guys are ridiculously sort of good with the armor and the melee defense here. Well, maybe not the armor, but melee defense. They are, I mean, all those arrows going into them would normally decimate a small unit. My opponent has committed his cavalry, but he's been chasing the wrong unit, so this unit actually manages to cut through his men. And then I flank back with my other unit, pin him between the two, and he does sort of wander over with his avatar here, but it's too late. And I thought I had chances to charge the monk hero here, but he turns around at the last minute and chases my guys off. Meanwhile, though, I reposition my matchlock Ashigaru, who are taking some hits from the units of bow samurai, but you can see that volley, how effective that is against the Naginata warrior monks. No armor whatsoever, these guys particularly, and they're just getting sniped to oblivion. One unit left. One shot is all that's needed to finish him off, and there it is. Cavalry, as I said over here, I managed to commit the rest of my units against his avatar's bodyguard, and he's still firing those cursed fire rockets, and I can't do much about that. I pull over my 2 remaining units, oh no, all 3 remaining units of my bow cavalry, which I haven't yet lost, and they're going to be useful to skirmish with. Glenn, on the other hand, has taken this centre island, and he is pushing up against his enemy. He's got far superior bow troops than his enemy. He's pushing up with his Naginatas in, I believe, loose. They might be in loose formation. I can't actually see properly, but I think they're in loose formation. But they've got such good armor, Naginata samurai, that they should be able to get there, but not too much hassle. So they're pushing up there, supported by his bow warrior monks, which do have several chevrons on each, so they'll be quite deadly. He's holding back with the rest of his katanas to push them in at a later date, and he's got his Yari Cav over on the left. His Great Guard are wreaking havoc on the left flank of my opponent here, and he's seen the gap because I've been drawing over the warrior nuns, another spear troop to the left over here with my cavalry, and that's given him the chance to swoop in and attack his missile troops. He's pulled back now though, and despite my matchlock Ashigaru taking heavy losses here, we are doing rather well. They are managing to hold their own quite nicely. Now over here, the enemy avatar had decided to charge in, but I finished them off here with my Yari cavalry, as you just heard there. The enemy general has just fallen, so I now have a large cavalry force swinging around on the left, and my avatar is free to come into the middle. I've now charged up with all of my katanas and commit them to the charge against these warrior nuns. So along my line, battle line here, I'm holding off warrior nuns and a bow hero even he had in there, so it wasn't all just bow warrior monks. He brought bow hero as well, so every hero was involved here. There he is. But I do manage to push them all back with my katanas, and Glenn has been aiding me with his Great Guard, which are pretty much a hero cav unit in themselves. Over here, my bow cav are continuing just to whittle away at the enemy, and I'm bringing my Yari cavalry and my Yari slayers in to charge their flanks as their units now break, as I charge in with excess units of katanas. And despite being slowed down in the water, I mean, that guy's having no problem whatsoever charging through. His units all break now, and that's game over on my flank for him. Meanwhile, look at what's going over here. Glenn has been very slowly, well, very cautiously chipping away, using his range to his full advantage, which again, perfectly doing as he should. His opponent has pulled back with his inferior bow samurai and bow ashigaru because he knows they're no match for the longer range bow warrior monks. He's tried to pull them out and in a way try and hit a flank. He has finished off Glenn's Yari Cav, the unit that he sent towards him, but he is now being reinforced by the returning Great Guard, which is going to go for a charge, and it would take quite a lot to stop these guys, and seeing as his opponent has no matchlocks, that's definitely not going to happen. Meanwhile, I've pushed up with my Yari cavalry here, and I've lured out the 3 units of light cav that his opponent, Glenn's opponent, has tracked down on the flank here. And I charge in head on with my Yari cav. Don't particularly worry about this. I might take heavy losses, but I've got enough men, they're veteran enough to be able to easily rid these light cav off the field. Triumph there, and as that's going on, Glenn has moved up this left flank with his units of Great Guard, and he's charged into this swarm of katana samurai. And while they're being hit by arrows, he's now charging with the second unit of Great Guard, and they're just so strong that he can push them back quite happily. I have decided to push up with the rest of my forces, and my Lionheart's rifles have survived with 30 men in their ranks, which is pretty darn good. They made it to level 5 veterancy, but they won't keep that at the end of the battle, as you will see with the screenshot that I'll add to the end, because obviously they took so many losses that they couldn't keep all the veterancy. But it's pretty much now a case, the Glenn's opponent, Skuzman, just his units can't hold and they break as my men charge into this routing unit of Lone Sword. And that is game over for our opponent. Good game to my ally Glenn, the N1Strategist. Please do check out his channels in the description, his personal one, and there's a sort of a community channel he's getting involved with, so do check them out, please do. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Please do comment, rate and subscribe, and check out the results, which I'll put up in screenshots